Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about celebrating our wins. I think this is really important because quite often in life we don't give ourselves enough credit for the things that we do right. You see, we too often focus on what's going wrong and what's negative. And this is due to a natural wiring of our brains. You see, our brains are not wired for our happiness, they're wired for our survival. So what happens is we pay more attention to negative stimuli and we put more energy into negative stimuli. This is just the way that our brain works, and this is something that I really want to help people to be able to overcome in their lives, because we don't have to submit to our ancestral brain. We don't have to submit to a brain that's 2 million years old. We have higher human consciousness, and we can create a life of positivity and joy, not because of our brain, but despite our brain. Because our brain has the capacity for negative and positive experience. And what we can do is train our brains to take energy away from the negative and put more into the positive. And this is why I think that celebrating our wins is so important, is to put attention and energy into the things that we've done well and the things that are going good for us. So I'm going to give you three steps that you can use to celebrate your wins in life. And the first step is a preparation step. It's actually to do something before you have the win. So if you've got something big coming up, plan an experience directly after that thing that you have to do as a means of celebration. And this was something that I did during my time at university. So every year at university you have two big exam periods. You have the Christmas exams and the summer exams. And what I would do is I would plan a social event after the final exam had finished. And now by social event, of course, I mean a party with lots of people, lots of girls, lots of booze, just a real hedonistic celebration. And knowing that I had that at the end of my exams was motivation and encouragement to keep me going throughout the revision process, throughout the examination process. But also what that allowed me to do was it allowed me to just really let go and celebrate at the end of exams. Now, I'm not saying that your experience has to be a hedonistic, alcohol-fueled, wild party night. That's not really the way that I celebrate anymore, but it was at the time. And that was a motivator, and that was a joyful means of celebration and experience for myself at the time. And the principle still holds true, because during that party, I was able to really notice that I was celebrating, because you had loads of people around, you felt relieved, finished, there was lots of drink flowing, and it was a way to really pinpoint in the calendar that I am celebrating at this moment in time, and the reason I'm celebrating is because I've done something well. Now, it didn't matter how the exams had gone or what the results of the exams were. What I was celebrating was the fact that I'd got through and finished them. I'd completed the process. So if you have a process that you need to complete in your life, it doesn't matter about celebrating the result. Celebrate the process and book yourself an experience at the end which makes you feel good. That might be a spa date. That might be a short weekend trip away. That might just be gathering around with a close friend or a group of close friends and just having some dinner or having a movie night. Something just nice, something to acknowledge that yes, I finished and I'm celebrating that I finished. So that's the first thing, have a pre-planned experience ready to celebrate what can be a potential win. Now, the second step is to try and capture that win in that moment of time. So the ways that you can do this is through photographs, is through a blog, So when you've just won something, now that this might be a marathon, this might be a graduation, this might be a presentation at work, try to capture that moment in time. Best way, of course, to do this is through photographs. Really take time to document and memorize that event. Because the thing about our wins is that the experience that we get during our win is actually quite a fleeting one. Even if you accomplish something really huge like your marathons or your graduations, that feeling actually quite quickly dissipates. But what happens when you capture that moment in time is that you can relive it and recapture that old feeling. So photographs are a great way to do this. Another great way to do this is through blogging. Now this might be a written blog or it might be a video blog as I'm doing right now. Really take time to document and record what happened during your win. What things did you do well? How did it make you feel? What challenges did you overcome? Take time to document and record this because quite often in our life we forget just how hard we worked to get that win for ourselves. So make sure you don't forget. Record exactly how important that win was and why you did so well to get that win. Because again, you can return back to that in a year, 5 years, 10 years, and really recapture just how good that victory was for you. So that's step number 2. Now step number 3 is all about gratitude. Now for those of you who are regular followers and regular viewers here on the channel, you'll know that gratitude is huge for me. It's one of the fundamental principles that I stick to in life and business, is having that sense of gratitude, appreciation and abundance as often as you can. And when it comes to celebrating our victories, of course, this is a great opportunity to feel gratitude. So there's a practice that I recommend. It's in my book, The Last 60 Minutes. And the practice is the Oscar speech task. So if you guys think of the Oscars and someone goes up and they get their little figurine, what does every single winner do? They stand up there for that figure and they say, I would like to thank, and they reel off a list of names. I would like to thank my parents, I'd like to thank my siblings, I'd like to thank my partner, I'd like to thank my children, I'd like to thank my manager, I'd like to thank my agent, I'd like to thank the director, I'd like to thank my fellow actors, I'd like to thank the makeup team, the costume guys, the cameramen. They go through the whole list, don't they? They focus on every single person who was a part of and contributed to that win, to that award that they've got. And when you have your own personal victory, when you have your own personal award, you can do exactly the same thing. So what I recommend doing for the Oscar speech task is you get a piece of paper and write down all of the people who have helped you, supported you, and contributed to that win that you've had. Write down who they are and write down what specifically they did to help you get that victory. And then go through the list of names, even get into the obscure minor characters. When the actor stands on stage and they're thanking makeup, costume, lighting, they might not be immediately obvious and apparent, but if they're not in the picture, none of the other stuff can happen. Think about the equivalent for your victory. Who are the costume people, the makeup artists, the lighting and the cameramen? Who are those people for you? Make sure you capture every person who has been a part of that victory for you. And just take some time to sit and savor and appreciate those people and what they've done. And if you want to take this a step further, then you can actually do the Oscar speech. You can stand up in front of some of these people and read out your Oscar speech to them and have that real sense of communication and connection with the people who have helped you to get your victory. So guys, those are 3 steps you can use to celebrate your victory, overwrite some of that negativity bias that you have in your brains, cultivate more positivity in your life. Sometimes guys, we do not give ourselves enough credit for who we are and what we've done. That has to change. Give yourself more credit. Recognize what a wonderful person you are and some of the wonderful things that you've done. Savor it, appreciate it, celebrate it. So guys, I hope you found this video useful. I look forward to sharing more with you in the videos to come. But until then, go out there, elevate your consciousness, pursue your calling, and deepen your connection. Because when you do this, that is when you author your life. I'll speak to you soon. David. Hey guys, it's David again. Thank you for watching this video. And if you'd like to take your growth a little further, I have 3 things down below that you can click. First of all is that big red subscribe button to make sure that you stay up to date with all the videos on this channel and you don't miss a thing. Number 2 is a free online course that I have on creating powerful change in your life. Totally free, no sign-ups, just click the link in the video description. Thirdly and finally, I would like to invite you into our Author Your Life community. This is a free Facebook group where like-minded individuals like yourself come together to change their stories and help change the stories of other people. I would love to welcome you into this community to help you continue on your personal journey and help you become the hero of your story. Guys, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope to be able to speak more to you in the future. Now go out there and author your life.